Are we alone in the universe? This is one of the biggest questions humanity has ever asked. For centuries, we've looked up at the stars and wondered. But now, for the first time in history, we have the tools to actually start looking for an answer. The search isn't happening in flying saucers or with little green men. It's happening in the faint light from planets hundreds or even thousands of light years away. We're talking about the science of exoplanet atmospheres and the hunt for something called biosignatures. So, what's an Simply put, it's a planet that orbits a star outside our solar system. Thanks to incredible observatories like the Kepler Space Telescope and now the James Webb Space Telescope, we've discovered thousands of them. We've found giant gas planets bigger than Jupiter, rocky worlds similar to Earth, and everything in between. But just finding a planet isn't enough. The real question is, could anything be living there? To figure that out, we need to become cosmic detectives. And our main clue is the planet's atmosphere. Think about it. Everything that lives, breathes, and grows on Earth changes our atmosphere. Plants produce oxygen through photosynthesis. Microbes release methane. The air we breathe is a direct result of life. So, if we could study the air of a distant world, we might find similar signs. These signs, these chemical fingerprints of life, are what scientists call biosignatures. How do we actually see the atmosphere of a planet that's trillions of miles away? It's an amazing technique called transit spectroscopy. When an exoplanet passes in front of its star, from our point of view, a tiny fraction of the starlight shines through the planet's atmosphere. By capturing that light with a powerful telescope like the James Webb, we can analyze it. Different gases in the atmosphere absorb specific colors of light. It's like a barcode. We can read this barcode to figure out exactly what's in that planet's air. What are we looking for in this cosmic barcode? One of the holy grails is oxygen. On Earth, oxygen is overwhelmingly produced by life. Finding a lot of it on a rocky exoplanet would be a massive discovery. But it's not that simple. Oxygen can also be produced by non-living processes, like sunlight splitting water molecules. So, finding oxygen alone isn't a slam dunk. This is why context is everything. Scientists are looking for a cocktail of gases that should exist together without a living process, constantly replenishing them. Imagine finding a planet with both a lot of oxygen and a lot of methane. These two gases react with each other and destroy one another. To find them both in large quantities suggests something is constantly producing them. On Earth, that something is life. Plants make the oxygen, and microbes in a cow's stomach or a swamp make the methane. Finding this specific, unbalanced mix on another world would be incredibly compelling evidence for an alien ecosystem. The James Webb Space Telescope is a game changer in this field. Its sensitivity is so incredible that it can detect the subtle signatures of gases like water, carbon dioxide, methane, and yes, maybe even oxygen, in the atmospheres of planets orbiting distant stars. It's already started examining some of the most promising nearby exoplanets, like the ones in the TRAPPIST-1 system, which has several Earth-sized rocky planets in the habitable zone of its star. Of course, we have to be careful. We don't want to get a false positive. Nature can be tricky. There might be geological or chemical processes we haven't even thought of that could mimic the signs of life. That's why scientists will be very cautious. A potential discovery would need to be checked and rechecked by different teams and different telescopes. We're looking for a definitive, undeniable signal. But the journey itself is what's so exciting. Every new observation, every spectrum of light we analyze is pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. We're moving from asking, are there other planets, to, what are those planets like? And finally, to, is anything living on them? This isn't science fiction anymore. This is the frontier of modern astronomy. We are the generation that might finally find out if we have neighbors among the stars. The search for life is on, and the clues are hidden in the air of distant worlds. Thanks for joining us on this cosmic journey. If you're as fascinated by the search for life as we are, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the great unknown. See you next time.